Thank you so much, Yolanda. Well, in Lee County now, a man is behind bars after he reportedly showed up at a large gathering Sunday night in body armor and opened fire with an AR-style rifle. Witnesses at the home on Autumn Leaf Drive told police it devolved into a shootout. The Lee County Sheriff's Office later arrested Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer. Witnesses say Kinzer fired several shots, then several people at the gathering reportedly fired back. One person was injured in the gunfire. Deputies say they searched Kinzer's home and reportedly found an AR-style rifle and body armor. Kinzer is charged with aggravated assault. The Lee County Sheriff's Office says there may be more victims that haven't yet been identified.
What if I told you that a racist bigot decides to spew racism, boot up like he's going to war with black people, and then he gets shot because, well, he threatened people and other folk were in fear for their lives? Well, that's exactly what happened. I have the footage and the update. Here it is. Yeah, the perpetrator got shot and got arrested. Okay, put it up full mass. So a black family in Leesburg, Georgia is now traumatized after a white supremacist targeted them during their family reunion. You heard in the footage, he called the family members the N-word and returned to the scene with a rifle. He decided to fire several shots. Here's the perpetrator. Because he decided to come back to the scene and fire multiple shots at black people, the perpetrator, Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer, has been arrested and charged with aggravated assault. Keep his picture up. I'm going to get into how it unfolded in just a minute. I want to say something about the charges levied against him. These charges don't fit. This is easily an attempted murder charge. Easily. Okay? And he gets shot because he's actively putting others in danger. And the police know this. That's the reason why nobody else got arrested. But for him to be charged with such a light charge as aggravated assault when he could have killed members of a family at a family reunion is insane to me. And so I'm calling for the DA to do the right thing and update the charges, because the police officers don't have, well, the fortitude to do so. At about 9 p.m., this is what happened. At about 9 p.m., family members said they were standing in the front yard when a car drove past the home. Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer, who officials identified as the suspect, was reportedly leaning out of the window, shouting racial slurs at the group. Quote, he's talking junk. He started yelling the N-word, Ramel Green, a witness said. He kept going, so we let him go. Okay? Now, before I continue, please remember, the state of Georgia has a hate crimes law, all right? And the bar for that hate crime law is basically, well, what you just saw. Utilizing something that's an immutable quality as the reason you are engaging in, say, criminal activity. This guy has spelled it out clearly. He's charged with simple aggravated assault still. So the person who lives at the home also said she called the Lee County Sheriff's Office. This is down in South Georgia after Kinzer left. So you already have a 911 call. But about 5 minutes later, this guy and the driver returned. This time, Kinzer was reportedly wearing body armor and carrying an AR-15 style rifle. Those outside spotted the suspect with the gun from a distance and began running, Green said. Then Kinzer opened fire, and Green said a bullet flew past him. So what do you have now? You have premeditation. It's a plan. You're in gear. You've brought a weapon. You decided to aim and shoot at a particular person. That's not aggravated assault. That's attempted murder and premeditated malice at that. There's more. Put them up. Ramel Green said, quote, people started taking positions because they saw he had a gun. And I was in the middle of the street, and I grabbed my gun and started returning fire and moving with him. End quote. Green is a Marine veteran. He wanted to defend the roughly 20 children and older adults who witnesses said were at the home when the shooting occurred. According to the Lee County Sheriff's Office, Kinzer was injured after being shot by a family member. Yeah, they defended themselves. Quote, it's so hurtful. I cried all night. Lucinda Broussard, another witness, said, quote, I'm laying outside on the ground for a shootout. I'm under my car with my sister, who is 77, and I'm 62, end quote. The family said they were racially targeted. Quote, we were having a family gathering, and it was a great family gathering. Green said it was peaceful. He came in and caused that to happen, and he found out that he's not the only one that has training. It's an unfortunate situation all around, but very clearly, he's the aggressor. He decided to aim and shoot at members of a family reunion, engage in what people do at a family reunion, and then he gets shot. But the charge is light. We will update this story next week. Hopefully, the district attorney will see this properly and upgrade the charges appropriately. We will let you know if that occurs.
Canada's largest white supremacist group is training with fascist fight clubs in the US, growing a global network, preparing for what they say is a race war.
The race war is here.
For the first time since their formation, Second Sons Canada is promoting how it sent members south of the border, meeting with some of the most prominent white nationalist groups in the United States and the founder of the whole movement.
I'm for pro-white. I'm for putting my race above everything else.
Through public Telegram posts, videos, and images, we track them from Texas to a major gathering in South Carolina.
It's very significant that we're seeing Canadians travel across the border. It is getting more and more coordinated by the day.
Second Sons Canada describes itself as a men's nationalist club. But based on our previous reporting and expert analysis, it's more like what's called an active club. Active clubs are a global movement of white nationalist fight clubs who gather to train in combat sports. They're founded by this guy, Robert Rundo.
I put my people first. You know, there's fun in fascism.
What we're seeing is a growing white supremacist movement that orients itself around physical activity, who are using these activities as conduits into white supremacist radicalization and mobilization.
Here's the leader of Second Sons, Jeremy Mackenzie, giving a Nazi salute. And the group openly welcomes neo-Nazis. Here's their vice president, Alex Friend.
We do have National Socialist members. I'm not going to lie about that.
We've spotted American active clubs coming to Canada before. They were present at a meeting in 2024, hosted by the Ontario-based group NS13, which we geolocated to Goderich, Ontario. And also last summer in Haldimand County in southern Ontario. We discovered the location by finding these wind turbines in the background of this Telegram video. Second Sons has held demonstrations across Canada, but this is the first time it's posted images of its members in the United States. According to Telegram posts in late March, they traveled to Texas for their first meetup with Lone Star Active Club, based around Dallas. We've geolocated these images to verify them, and we find that their first meetup was in the city of Fort Worth. The two groups can obviously be seen at the Fort Worth Stockyards, but also at a major gym. And here they are at a private gym used by the Lone Star Active Club. This place was first geolocated by the Texas Observer.
This is very much a broad, multinational movement of like-minded individuals who share similar interests, whether that be combat sports, martial arts, physical exercise, but also a similar ideology in that they want to establish a homeland for white people only.
So Second Sons is meeting up with the Texas Active Club, but that's just their first stop. We uncover ties to an even more important figure in this movement. This image appears to be taken in a sort of clubhouse for the Lone Star Group. You might think that this is 3 Second Sons members. Check out this guy in the middle though. We believe this is Robert Rundo.
When I first saw that picture, I laughed because despite the blurring, I knew it was Rundo right away. I mean, that's obviously Robert Rundo. There's no question.
Rundo is the founder of the modern Active Club movement. In 2024, he was sentenced to 2 years in prison for what US prosecutors described as planning and engaging in riots at political rallies, in which Rundo and others pursued and assaulted other persons, and were later seen celebrating the assaults they had committed.
I've been investigating Robert Rundo since 2020. There had been a long legal saga at various points throughout that timeline that I've been following him.
Here's why we think it's him. The watch in this video appears to be the same one as this image. And the tattoo blurred here is in the same shape and place as Rundo's tattoo in this other video. He's also appeared in this place before. Take this video of him preparing White Lad's monthly Sunday dinner.
I would describe him as, well, the founder of the Active Club movement. He does have really the most senior role, much more of a strategic or ideological figurehead.
Next, Second Sons members hit the road, traveling from Texas to South Carolina. They're heading to American Muscle 2, part combat sports tournament, part networking event. They meet there with clubs from across the US, like Great Lakes Active Club. You can see someone wearing the Second Son shirt in this promotional video put out by the organization running the event. That organization? Patriot Front, one of the United States' most notorious white nationalist groups.
Nothing even comes close to Patriot Front. So there's a reason why we, learn from them, learn from other groups, and why we try to emulate some of what they do.
There is very likely a high degree of strategizing that is happening at these events, as well as deeper thinking as to how to propel the movement forward.
American Muscle 2 took place at a business called Dixie Republic. It describes itself as the South's largest Confederate store.
The actual model that they have adopted that is designed to radicalize and push individuals into white supremacist. These groups are ultimately seeking to undermine democracy and replace Canadian values with a very strict fascist interpretation of the society they want to achieve.
I think the greater worry should be around, the potential radicalization among the existing members and the existing core and leadership, a radicalization towards political violence.
We'll continue to keep an eye on groups and gatherings like this. If you have something you want us to investigate, email us at vi@cbc.ca.